Debt can suck the life out of people until none remains. It does not stay still. It grows every day while you try to eliminate it. It's like submerging yourself into quicksand because as you try to move and get free, your struggle only leaves you with more debt as the interest also increases. Even if you continue to struggle to break free from your debt, it will always follow you. Delving into the expanding normalization of loans and debts, the United States has reported that its consumer debt reaches approximately $15 trillion, causing the average household debt to exceed $5,300. This just goes to show that from the $20 trillion worth of GDP of the United States, debt comprises most of the economy. Despite the negative connotation of having debts, there is a silver lining to it. To be one of those individuals who are able to use steps to make more money, you just have to keep on watching this video. To be finance savvy, Financial Intellect is your buddy. What are you waiting for? Like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to be updated whenever we post a video. Number 1. Debt is present everywhere, even in commercial trades. Alarming as it might sound, but this is true, especially for traditional or conventional businesses who borrow money in the form of products. Pens are highly common items and there is always a need for them, so let's situate ourselves venturing into that kind of business, selling pens. In an ideal world, you could go to China and discover a factory that makes that type of pen at a reasonable price. As you purchase a huge hoard of pens, you transport them into the US to distribute them among your customers. You'd buy container pens, transport them to the United States, and distribute them to your customer. This has now become common even in sites such as Alibaba. Unless it's a kind of product that entails visiting the manufacturing company itself to screen the products, you do not have to pay to acquire the product since you are indebting yourself to the factory. China has been known for this kind of business strategy. Since most of the world's fastest and most efficient factories are in China, they have catered to every need of the world's demands. They have developed a mechanism to loan their products in exchange for future payment to make it manageable for the businessmen who have already built strong connections with them. The factory benefits from the businessmen through their connections and marketing strategies, while those who loan are prevented from losing their money because they are in charge of marketing or selling the products themselves. They earn their expected income as they reach the profit of their sales. Both sides have full grasp of the strategy, and both have equal parts to play as a producer and as a seller. Number 2. Refinancing. Real estate debt is the finest type of debt since it is riddled with many loopholes. Additional taxes will be paid if you don't own a mortgage. Most wealthy individuals take advantage of all the tax breaks by using many mortgages. Finance buddies, always take note that for each dollar saved purposely used for taxes, you'll be earning an extra dollar rather than losing it to taxes. But how do rich people take advantage of real estate? Imagine, you have $200,000. It might seem to be a lot of money, but honestly, it won't even be enough to buy a house. Since you need to pay a 20% down payment to get a mortgage costing nearly $800,000, there is only one way to get through this if you don't have the money yet. Listen carefully to the secret. Hypothetically, you came across a poorly shaped and conditioned property requiring some, if not a lot of renovation, and it costs $500,000. What you'll do is go to the bank to apply for a mortgage with a 20% down payment, assuming you'll spend around $50,000 or roughly 10% of the total cost of the property on renovations alone. After that, you head to the bank once more, since the property is now refurbished, piquing the interest of potential buyers. The market value has risen to $700,000, so you refinance your mortgage. The mortgage now is different from the first one since the property has also improved and become marketable enough contrary to its initial condition. Let's assume you're going to receive an 80% mortgage for the first time. However, 80% of $700,000 is $560,000, and $400,000 of that money will go to the first bank that granted you the first mortgage. Let's subtract another $50,000 for refurbishment costs, and you'll still be left with an extra profit of $110,000. You made $100,000 with that, and now you have a property to rent out to grow equity and produce passive income. Furthermore, because you have a mortgage, you will be able to avoid paying taxes. Among real estate investors, this is a relatively popular technique. Isn't it clear after this that this is a horrible idea? I'll leave it up to you to respond in the comments area. Number 3. Hedge funds. Hedge funds are created by the wealthy for the wealthy. Rich people would want to continue the cycle of acquiring more money using methods less traveled by many. Usually, when it comes to investments or predicting the market value charts, normal people like you and I would try to forecast how companies will perform before we invest and hope that the risks we took were worth it. However, it is completely the other way around for hedge funds since they thrive in making money from companies who have already fallen and gone bankrupt, such as what happened with GameStop. There was a slight difference in their case because the internet intervened with the hedge funds, pushing them to a total of $13 billion losses. Now you might be asking, what's the relevance of hedge funds and making money using debt? To illustrate our answer, imagine that you've invested in large companies such as Facebook and that you also expect a recession in a few days because of the updates and changes from their competitors like in Apple. When Apple announced that they will release updates prioritizing the privacy and security of the consumers, for sure in return, Facebook's reputation would be damaged. Thinking quickly, you phoned your broker in order to borrow or owe him $100 worth of Facebook stock so you can immediately sell it in the open market for the same price. Once your transactions are successful, it leaves you with $100 and an owed stock as debt to your broker. What if what you predicted with the price of the Facebook stocks plummeting down is indeed accurate? The stock would have dropped by maybe $70. So, as a response, you use the $100 you earned from the previous trade in order to buy a $70 worth of Facebook stock. Considering that you only owe the broker one Facebook stock, you return the now $70 worth of stock to the broker as you pocket the $30 that's left from the trade. From all the trades you've done, you acquired $30 from exchanging a single stock. It might seem so easy theoretically, but the risks are what you're supposed to watch out for. Imagine your prediction to be wrong. What if the price of the Facebook stock double overnight instead of lowering down? You will end up returning the stock you borrowed at double the price with the addition of the interest. You might even have to return a stock that's worth double or triple the initial money you exchanged it with. This is the issue in this strategy. It will render you to lose money unlimitedly. Without the interest, the amount you initially invested is the maximum loss you will encounter for the failed prediction. However, when the price of the stocks continues to rise contrary to your prediction, then brace yourself as you lose far more amount to what you initially spent. Though, if you have a team of experts in analyzing the figures and trends, you will be able to avoid this holdback and earn significantly from this business model. Number 4 is foreign exchange. You might want to consider watching videos first about foreign exchange, but to give you an overview about how Forex works, it simply serves as a trading platform where the different currencies are exchanged. To further illustrate, since in China you need Chinese yen to distribute to your employees as salary, Forex allows you to use US dollars instead. Any company can come and trade in this market to buy foreign currencies which might fluctuate based on many variables. If you can anticipate which currencies will succeed or fail, then you can earn money from this kind of market. For instance, when the Federal Reserve raises interest rates, the market supply of dollars will be limited, causing the US dollar to become stronger against foreign currencies or even vice versa. The perk of trading using this market is that you can borrow an additional $100 for every dollar you use to trade. This is what makes Forex stand out from the other markets. If you get lucky, you may hold a position of $100,000 when you trade with $1,000. It will be enormous if you make even a tiny profit, such as 1%. Last but not the least, number 5, credit score. Going back to the notion that debt can be a powerful tool to earn money once you've mastered how to use it, funding purchase orders using the money you borrowed is one way to make it or break it. Various companies and entrepreneurs have their own ways of using their formulated business models to turn the negative connotation behind debiting into a positive. Credit card debts might sound horrible because of the high interest rate, but if you can find a way to lessen the risk you incur in loaning you money, then you can also get a lower interest rate. In order to do that, you just simply have to do one thing. Let them know that you are a reliable borrower by building a clean track record. You can make use of the billions or even trillions of dollars left untouched in the bank if you can succeed in pulling off the step. So now that you know all of these, did your perspective on debts change? Even if your answer is no, I hope you enjoyed the video and learned a thing or two. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up or comment down below any questions or suggestions you have. You're also welcome to hit the notification bell button so you can be added to our financial buddies list who gets updates whenever we post a new video. See you in the next one. Bye, financial buddies!